Somebody left a jar of pickles down here for us. Welcome back to Inwood Fishing. So, pretty rough today. Really rough conditions out there because of beta. And beta has been keeping me in the house for days. Just rain and wind. Might get better throughout this session. So, I've come underneath the wharf to get away from this weather and to do something for tomorrow's video. Let's get right into that. Here we have two traditional minnow traps, live bait traps. Now these came from Academy Sports. I got them the other day, $6 and change a piece. They're made of metal. Let's put them together and put them out. When you buy these, they usually come together with these twisty ties. I'm gonna take these off and put them in my pocket, use them for something later. All right, so you got two halves now, right? You see this right here and this right here, male and female, we'll say. And on the other one, male and female as well, but in different positions. You line those up, in, and there you go. And there's always a clip. There should be a clip. If you don't have a clip, then use the twisty ties, or don't buy that one that doesn't have the clip. There's a lot of things that you can use to bait this minnow trap to attract the minnows. Today we're going to use bread. A lot of times in the past, when I would do this, I would use cheap white bread. Today we're not, and there's a reason for that. Every time people think there's a storm headed this way, they buy all the bread. So what was it, Hurricane Laura or Sally, one of those. I went to the store to get groceries. All the bread was gone except for the Walmart bread. So I tried it. It was like $3 a loaf or something. Worst bread I've ever had. It just tasted like yeast. It's just bad. Don't really like this, so we're gonna get rid of it today. I'm gonna put half a loaf in here because we're gonna let this sit out overnight and it'll be in tomorrow's video. Each trap will have half a loaf. All right, there's two of these things. The clip was on one when you bought this, so now you want to put the clip back on. Before I tie the line to this, I want to talk about the clips. The clips are cheap. They might fail on you because they're not working that great for me. I'm having to use my pliers to keep them shut. So that's one thing to think about. If you want to use something better, I would suggest it, but we don't have anything else down here today. Now, sometimes when you deploy these, you might want to hide them if you're going to leave them out overnight because people will steal them. So sometimes guys will put these out without a line in a place where they're not going to wash away, and then hook them with hook and line to retrieve them. But today we're going to use line. Now we got a loop here. We're just going to run that through and then bring it through. This is called a cow hitch. It's a surgeon's loop that we're using. And this is your average catfish trot line twine. Really strong. All right, let's find a place to put these out. Last time I was up under this particular wharf, the river was much higher. It's dropped a lot. You see where the stuff is? The water was up over that big log that the stuff is sitting under. So we got really low conditions here. We have to find a good place to put these. I think there might be a drop off right around that piling right there. There's definitely going to be a bowl around it. More about bowls later when we actually start fishing. When I put this out, it opened up a little bit. So remember those twisty ties? See that? I set this down and it opened up. Not good, not good. Put out minnow trap number 2. Pretty rough over here. Looks like somebody was living under here at one time, but there's no footprints besides mine. So I wasn't planning on fishing under here today. The weather might keep me under here, but let's go look for catfish now. Hopefully the minnow traps work out for me, but we will see in the next video. So we're up top now, and I wanted to give you a really good scope on how rough the conditions are, just how rough. Look out here. Look at those waves. Look at those white caps. The wind is blowing upriver, upstream. Really, really, really rough. Really, really rough. Well, this feels a little better. It's a little bit out of the wind. We've come upstream from the wharf where we just were, which is right here, right next to us. So we're a little bit out of the wind, but not too much. As we get closer to the water, We're gonna feel the wind. We're gonna work this stretch here, looking for cats close in. Now, the particular thing about this stretch, I've been here before and I've talked about it in other videos. It used to be a bunch of wharfs along here a long time ago, and you could see the remnants of them. So there's a lot of stuff in the water here. It's very snaggy, but because it's so rough right now, fish are going to come up into these places where they can find shelter and, you know, get shelter. They're going to be hiding in here. So if you look down here at all these pylons, these remnants of pylons that are cut off, sticking out of the ground, the ones that are in the water are going to have bowls around them mostly, and sometimes fish will sit in those bowls. Like, we're going to be looking for channel cat mostly today because we're going to fish shallows. We're going to do two different methods. One is on the float. That might not work too well today because of this rough wind, and the other one's going to be a dropper loop, but we might turn that into a drop shot. I don't know, guys, it's kind of rough, but if I didn't have a YouTube channel called Input Fishing, I don't think I'd be out here. So back up to the wall of the wharf because we have the best protection from the wind here. Now, you see the rebarb coming up out of the water right there? Over here to the side here, you see that pylon out in the water? And we're gonna try and put this bait right between them, about in line with both. There we go. Not super deep here, not real shallow. This time I've changed the rig to a drop shot, still working on 1/0. Don't want to throw any further than that. Yes, got something this time. What do we got? Oh ho ho ho! A little unexpected, huh? Look at that! Look at that! Yeah, you're right. Drop shot paid off. Nice little flatty, little flathead. Appaloosa. This is a good place to find these. This is a nice little 12-incher. Maybe there's a bigger one out there somewhere. We'll let him go right there. Bang, bang. Got another fish. What do we got this time? It looks like a different species. Oh, exactly what I was looking for. Nice little channel cat. It's got to be a bigger one out there. Nice little good close-up shot for you. Not very big. I don't even think that's 12 inches. Let this one go. So like I've said before, where I'm fishing is very snaggy because it used to be all wharfs. Using a 1-ounce lead is very effective right now to keep me out of some of the snags, but I'm still hitting them here and there. Hadn't been super bad, and this 1/0 will ensure that I catch whatever's here, so I have a good time fishing. Bait this back up. My experience at this spot, when the water's low like this, I don't want to cast out too far. That's another reason why I'm only using a 1/0, because I'm fishing close in. If I go really far out, I'm just going to get snagged. That's the case here because of the water level right now. Usually I like to fish this when the river's in a pretty high flood stage, and I would kind of be fishing, all my baits would be almost where I'm sitting right now, maybe a little bit out where we're actually catching fish. Whoa, whoa. There we go. This is a nicer fish. Oh yeah, on a night crawler too. Unless he's up underneath something. I don't think he is, but he's got some, man, he's got his gears pointed down. Whoa, taking a little drag, buddy. Oh, oh, did you see that? Oh, that looked like a flatty, man. Let's see what we got here. I think so. Did you see that? Like a bottleneck looking mouth right there. Let's see what this is. Oh yeah. Let's get over here on these slippery rocks. I have a fish grabber, but it's in the backpack. Luckily, I have 2 fish grabbers right here as well. That's not a bad flatty. Look at that. Yeah. Right in the corner of the mouth. What a nice hookup. Beautiful. Check it out. I always love looking down their mouths. Yeah. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to catch a super nice flathead today. I'm happy about it. No complaints here. I just wish I catch an even bigger one. This isn't the biggest I've ever caught, but that is great for right here. That's awesome. I told you it's a good place for them. A lot of places for them to hide. Whoa, man, so much muscle, so much power. Gotta respect it. I can't believe it. I almost gave up because the weather is so rough, but I'm glad I stayed. Oh, here we go. This is another nice fish on the night crawler. Out of shallow water. We're not fishing deep water. We're only about maybe 20 to 30 feet out is what each cast has been. Remember, the first 2 fish were small, and then this. What you guess here? I think it's just going to be a flathead kind of day. Look at that. Yeah, that's a nice looking one. It's about the size. Yeah, it's a little smaller than that first bigger one we got. Definitely bigger than the first one we actually got. Nice. Yeah, this is definitely smaller than the one we just released. Really dig the colors on this one. Check that out. Awesome, huh? If I was keeping fish, this would be a good eater flatty. This Appaloosa would taste good, but we're gonna let him get giant. Whoa! Wrong way, buddy. Need some help there? You got it? I think you got it. You got it. Got a nice head shaker on here. He was biting like he was a little thing. Whoa, flapping that tail, Mr. Beaver. It's not a beaver. It'd be running like a Miata if we had a beaver on here. No wonder you were biting so timid and shy, because you're just a little flatty. Wow. That's 4 flatties. 2 small and 2 kind of nice. Not monsters, but nice. All right, let's get this one off. It's starting to rain. There he goes. All right, guys, so it is almost 6 o'clock, and the weather apps say that I'm due some heavy rain any second now. So it's time to wrap this up. Normally, I catch flatheads at night. Nice ones, anyway. The reason why I was catching them consecutively here is because it's a good place for them to be. There's a lot of structure for them to hide in here, and it's the overcast. I was surprised that I caught nice fish today. I consider at least 2 of those flatheads to be nice. Now, I have caught bigger flatheads, but I'm not complaining about those 2 today. Really awesome, more than I expected, actually. So tomorrow is going to be really exciting. I've been trying to organize and plan tomorrow for about 3 weeks now. Going to be out here underneath wharfs and in different parts of this stretch of the river with a bunch of scientists, and it looks like my good friend Alex is going to be able to join us as well. So look forward to that. We'll check those minnow traps in the morning, and it's just going to be fun. So like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.